Hello and welcome to this demonstration where I'm going to have a go at painting something that I painted in watercolour a while ago, but I'm going to have a go in oils. And I'm just going to use a very limited palette, normal set of colours, primary colours, and I've added some viridian green there. We need to look at here is contrast. We've got light against dark, sharp edges here. You know, your eye can't help but look through there because we've got hard edges and light tones and dark tones. So that's what I need to concentrate on. So a bit of yellow, that's just a primary yellow, which normally Winsor & Newton yellow pale or something like that. I've got a little bit of lime crimson, cobalt blue, and viridian. So I'm just going to put something in the sky, make it nice and warm. And maybe we'll have a bit of a play of warm and cool colours as well. You know, perhaps a warm sky at the top here, and then we'll go down to perhaps a cooler sky. And we'll have some warm and cool on the rocks. And towards the end of the painting, I try a couple of different methods, perhaps, you know, with the loose brush marks left in and one smoothing them off. So you can make a decision which you prefer, but in the interest of experimenting, that's what I did. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. And if you want to watch lots and lots of full tutorials with reference images, check the link in the description to my membership website, where I've got all of that, plus live streams and a membership forum as well. So let's get on with the video. So this is a wooden panel that's on episode 1 of the live YouTube live event. I showed you how I prime those. So this is acrylic primed. We've got these distant rocks, and tonal value is what's important here. That if I go too dark with it, we're going to have a problem. So I can just hold my brush up against the reference picture here. You know, it looks fine there, so I'll go with the tonal values I've got on there. And that should be just a little bit darker than the sky, which it is. And I can have a soft edge here, which will send that back. And to get a soft edge, I'll just manipulate it a little bit into the sky. So a couple of distant rocks, and it won't look much at the moment, but when I get the darks in, that's when it's going to come to life. Nice and light in there. And then we'll get some darks in to keep it all interesting for you. Right. I'll add a bit of yellow just to vary it a little bit, make it a little bit warmer as it comes out here. And do small paintings when you're beginning, you know, just go for stuff that's going to be quick, lighter at the top. And we've got these sort of layers of rocks. Now it's obviously formed over the millions of years. A bit darker in here. So I need to take care of the edges here. We need sharp edges and we want it abstract. So what I want to try and do is avoid picking up the white and pulling it into the dark. Maximum contrast in there. Dark in here, so it's not flat, so we've got all sorts of things going on here. And the way you paint watercolor is very different to oils, so I probably lift it out with a bit of tissue and so on to create these effects. So I'll keep that brush for my dark. Let's take a smaller brush. We've got another rock behind there, so if I just add a little bit of white into that, we'll then have a slightly lighter value. So we're creating the illusion of depth through that hole. Green, but all very muted colours in here at the moment. But make sure I keep the dark here as the rock folds away and then there's no light under there. Detail, so let's create a black, which we can use red. So notice I don't have black on my palette. If I just mix all the colours here, the yellow, blue and green, we'll get a real strong dark, and I can steer it towards red or whatever, blue, whatever we want to do. So we've got dark under here, which is probably a shadow and reflection. So before I start painting on any of the white areas, let's just get these darks in. And that's when you kind of get into trouble, when you start pulling in white into all your darks, and you lose these nice strong darks. So we want to, as it gets closer in here, and these won't look right, these marks you're putting on, but the thing is, to just do it confidently, keep reloading that brush, because if you start fiddling about and messing about, it'll all just get very milky there, because I know I'm going to make a mess otherwise. Just wipe that brush after I've done it, and just try my best not to pull the white into the dark. I'm sure what this is just a household brush, but it's got quite soft hairs. It creates a slightly different effect. More that the water is still. And then we'll leave it at that. There you go. Good luck with your painting. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, you'll love this one.